So I met this dark web researcher at DEF CON, you know, like you do. And this guy, he's legit. He actually infiltrates the dark web for a living. But he told me about this problem he has, and we all have this problem. It's hard for him to find actual real stuff on the dark web. Until now. He built this AI tool that will search and scrape the dark web for him. What? That sounds awesome. And then he goes, here you go, Chuck, play with it. So get your coffee ready. Let's go to the dark web. Most of the dark web is fake.
Yeah, that is true. And most of the time, there are law enforcement people controlling it or either massively present on those forums.
That's a problem. You may have not known that. And when you go there, it looks kind of real, right? Spooky, scary. What is that? But it's all for show. Most of it is law enforcement honeypots. But there is real stuff. Why is it so hard to find? 2 reasons. Whiteboard time. Problem number 1, the dark web is run by onions. And that makes it stinking slow, and Beatrice just broke one of them. What? Yes, watch this. So on the clear web, which is what you're using right now, you have a direct connection straight to the website server. On the dark web, it's different. Every website you connect to is going to be connected through a series of onion relay servers. Now this is great because it helps keep you and the website you're visiting anonymous. What's not great is Beatrice operates one of these onion relay servers on a spare Raspberry Pi in her mom's basement, and her mom just unplugged the power. Now we have a rotten onion. This connection was already slow, and then Beatrice just broke it, and you're disconnected. That's why surfing the dark web is so painful. But then think about a dark web researcher like Apurv. He has to conduct a ton of different searches on the dark web, trying to scrape a ton of websites, but it's slow and these connections break.
The circuit does break. So you have to like recreate the circuit, then restart your script. So all those things come into play when you are scraping dark web.
And problem number 2 is a crazy one. Criminals are kind of paranoid, and that makes them harder to find. For example, Apurv said that some websites are only operational like 2 days a week, and you never know which 2 days they are.
The connection breaks anytime, like you never know. Like for example, there is a .any website, it is up, let's say 2 days a week. So, and you don't know which 2 days. Sometimes you have to keep restarting your entire like workflow,
making it almost impossible to find and search and scrape these sites. So that's a problem. When you visit the dark web, you think what you're seeing is real, it's not. But to try and find the real stuff, it's crazy difficult because the dark web, by design, is kind of clunky. Which is why Apurv built a tool that takes a 6 to 8 hour research marathon and gets that down to about a 30-minute stroll in the park. This thing is kind of crazy, you gotta see it. But first, let's get our coffee ready for an ad break. Now real quick, before I show you how to scrape the dark web with AI, that's a crazy sentence, I want to tell you about something Apurv and I discussed during our interview. How threat actors actually attack you. Here's what Apurv told me. Cybercriminals on the dark web aren't just selling drugs or stolen credit cards. They're selling exploits. Tools that abuse legitimate software already running on your network right now. Microsoft Word, PowerShell, apps you trust every single day. That's your mistake. Bad on you. It's really hard to stop this with traditional antivirus. Why? Because these tools are allowed to run. Your security is saying, yeah, that's Microsoft Word. Of course you can open that. But what it doesn't see is that Word just called PowerShell and executed a ransomware payload. Yeah, that can happen. And that's where ThreatLocker comes in. This video is sponsored by ThreatLocker. I love them, thank you. And after talking to Apurv about the attacks, what they do makes a lot of sense. ThreatLocker is a zero trust endpoint protection platform. And here's what they do, and I love this. Nothing runs without you explicitly allowing it to run. And if you do allow an app, like let's say you do want to run Microsoft Word because you have to, ThreatLocker has a thing called ring fencing to control what an app is allowed to do. Let's say Word is allowed to run, but with ring fencing, I can create a policy that says Word cannot call PowerShell, period. So even if a threat actor does exploit a vulnerability like Felina, which does weaponize Word to launch PowerShell, ThreatLocker just says, nope, blocks it. Now it's not detecting malware, it's not trying to catch it. It's just simply saying, that behavior is not allowed here. Stop horsing around. It stops it before it even starts. Now here's the cool part. ThreatLocker has a learning mode. It watches what your network is already doing, and then builds policies automatically, and then locks everything down, which saves a lot of time in that initial setup. You're not starting from scratch, it learns from what you do first. Plus, if you do need help monitoring threats, they have a Cyber Hero MDR, a team that watches for suspicious activity 24/7 and responds for you. Now, ThreatLocker is offering a free trial. No credit card. Now, if you're serious about security, especially after seeing what's on the dark web in this video, you need to check this out. Head to threatlocker.com/NetworkChuck to start your free trial, or check that link in the description below. And seriously, thank you to ThreatLocker for sponsoring this video. They do make videos like this possible. I wouldn't be able to do this without them. You know all that cool editing? These editors cost money. I have to feed my editors. Thank you, ThreatLocker. All right, back to the dark web. I don't know about you. I gotta get my hands on this. I need to experience this for myself. You're probably the same way, right? Let's play with this tool ourselves. Okay, here's the tool. It's called Robin. It is based off that One Piece character. I've never seen the show. Should I watch One Piece? I don't know, let me know below. It seems kind of long. Now the secret sauce of Robin is that it uses AI to search the dark web, to research it and make it easier for you and me, and Apurv. It does this in a few cool ways. First, it'll help you query. You type in something, it'll make your something a bit better. Like, look at what it did here. Then it will scour the dark web using multiple search engines and look at all those results, over 900. It will then use AI to identify the real sources, the real stuff, reducing that list from over 900 to just 20 verifiable real results. It will then scrape those 20 sites and then use AI to tell you what it found, and even the next steps on how to continue your research. This tool is amazing. Now to run Robin, you'll need two things. First, Tor. This will actually be a package we'll install. Don't worry, I'll walk you through it. We'll also need Docker. If you don't know what Docker is, I'm excited for you. Go watch this video, mind blown. Now we're gonna run and install Tor and Docker on Linux-based machines or Mac. So Linux or Mac. Now don't worry, Windows folks, I'm right here with you. You can run Linux on Windows with WSL, the Windows subsystem for Linux. I'm not gonna walk through installation here, but I do have a video here about how to do that. All right, let's launch our terminal, the best place in the world, home sweet home. Here in WSL land, I will launch Ubuntu. First thing we'll do is make sure Docker is installed. We'll do docker -- version. If you don't see that, install Docker. I'll have a link below. Next, we'll install Tor with the sudo apt install Tor. Now, if you're on Mac, it's gonna be brew install Tor. That does require you to have brew on Mac. Again, I'm not gonna cover that here, but I will have a link below. Now, you probably noticed that this is very command line first, meaning you'll use this tool via the command line, but don't worry. If you love a GUI, we're gonna have a GUI for you. You'll see that here in a moment. Let's install Tor, which is kind of exciting. Oh wait, wrong sudo password. Embarrassing. There we go. Yes. Now normally if you wanted to use a GUI to explore Tor, you would use a Tor browser. Like the Onion Router browser, I think Brave has a Tor mode, or you can use the NetworkChuck cloud browser to safely browse Tor. And now with Tor installed, we're gonna clone the Robin GitHub repo. I'll have a walkthrough below, but we'll just grab that URL, get back to our command line. We'll type in git clone and then paste in that URL. Just like this, ready, set, go. It's cloning it, cloned, coffee break. And then we'll CD into that folder it just made for us, called Robin, and we're there. Now if you're like, Chuck, I have no idea what just happened. We use the tool called git to essentially clone or copy the tool Robin to our computer so we can use it. And then we jumped into the folder that it created. Now confession, normally when I make a video, I've installed the tool before and I played with it. This one I have not. So I'm actually discovering this with you in real time. I'm pretty stoked. Now we're about to build our Robin Docker container, but before we do that, we'll need to set up our API keys. Now remember, this tool is gonna be using AI. But which AI? Well, it's up to you. With Robin, you can use ChatGPT, Anthropic, or even local models like Llama 3.1. Now for me, I'm gonna try using ChatGPT, which will mean I'll need to add an API key for Robin to use. And normally you'll put your API keys safely and securely inside a .env file. We're gonna do that right now. Don't worry, it's not too bad. I think Apurv even has an example file for us. Yes, there it is. It's a .env.example. If I cat that file or look inside of it, type in cat.env.example. There it is. That's simple. Notice we have a slot for Anthropic, OpenAI, Google, and even just put in your Ollama base URL. I'm gonna put in Ollama and OpenAI. So what I'll do is I'll copy the example file, .env.example, into a new file named .env, just like that. Now it's nano.env, and now we can add our keys into this new file. I'm gonna add OpenAI, and then I'll put in my Ollama base URL, which I always forget what that port is. Let me check it real quick. There it is. All right, Control X, Y, enter to save. Now we're gonna set up the Robin Docker container. Now currently it's not on any repo, and you're not gonna find it on Docker Hub, so we're gonna build that Docker container right now. The command will be sudo docker build -t, which is us naming this container, Robin, and then we'll do a space T to tell it, hey, look here for the Docker files. Ready, set, build. This gets me every time. I love it. Oh, keep going. There's nothing like sipping coffee and just watching things happen in your terminal. It's my happy place. Some people like the beach. This is it for me. Dang, Apurv, you got a lot of stuff in this thing. Yeah, there's beautiful soup. That's a tool you'll normally use to do web scraping. How big is this thing? Oh, it finished. I was scrolled up like a dummy. Now with one command, we're gonna run this sucker. Apurv already has a Docker run command for us. Just gonna copy that, get back to my terminal and paste it in here. All right, running our Docker container now. Okay, notice first, it's connecting to the Tor network. It's connecting to the dark web. Handshaking, connecting. It's being so social. Now it seems like it started my web app before it fully connected. Let's go see if our web app works. We'll go out to localhost, port 8501. Okay, cool. It seems to be working. On the left here, we have our LLM choices, and then in the middle, we can just search for stuff. But I don't think we're connected just yet. I guess we can try it. Let's try searching for ransomware. That's a good sign. That means it's connected to ChatGPT. It refined my query, but I don't think it's actually searching. Yeah, nothing's really happening. I'm gonna go up here and click on stop at the top. Oh, look at that. Lots of weird things happening. Let's stop that. I think it needs to wait. We'll give it time to bake. Okay, I made some progress. I just had to wait for a moment. Tor is janky. Let's test it out now. Let's try ransomware. Okay, refining query. Okay, are things happening? I don't know. Oh, did you see that? It found 910 results. Even more than Apurv. Filtered down to 20. Now it's scraping those sites. This is so exciting. Oh, it's done. Or it's generating a summary. Dude, these are actual links. Let's try one. Dude, even my browser's having problems with Tor. Come on, get me to the good stuff, let's go. Dude, this is taking forever. Let's keep looking at our investigation here. I found the builders, Crypter, RCM, Conti, Darknet Army Forum. RCM claims easy $500 per hit. And then we got some info here. And then next steps, monitor that forum, profile some threat actors, and even some other search queries we can try. We're gonna do that. Let's check on our Tor browser now. Oh, we're almost there. I'm gonna grab that link one more time to test it out. We're in, let's go. Okay, bad link. Apurv did say that sometimes it does give some bad links, but I think we got one. Oh, that worked, okay. Let's keep investigating. Let's do Conti, we'll do another search. 634 results, filtering down to 20. It's scraping the content now. Okay, let's see what it found. Whoa, oh, look at this. Dude, they've got cryptocurrency addresses. Doge, LTC, BTC, XMR. That's nuts. Threat actor info. Dude, this thing is crazy. Now, we can also click on download right here and download a markdown file of our summary. So we can throw that sucker right into our Obsidian vaults for research. Now hold on. Before you get crazy, we need to talk about safety. Now I just gave you an extremely powerful and dangerous tool. I know you're wanting to search right now. You're wanting to go nuts. And tell you what, while your thing is sitting there waiting to connect to the Tor network like mine did, let's talk about safety and what you gotta do to protect yourself when you're doing this. Remember what Apurv said.
The entire thing of being safe while doing this, it's really important, I would say.
So here are the rules. Use VPN plus Tor.
So like for example, scraping, you definitely want to do VPN and then Tor, so that your ISP can't see, oh, you are accessing Tor. But in many countries, Tor is considered like, okay, they must be doing something illegal. So that's why you want to go through VPN, so they can't see where you are going to.
Do not try to access illegal marketplaces or sites selling bad stuff. Stuff you know you don't need.
There are like drug-related stuff, CSAM-related stuff, far worse like hacking, killing stuff, all those things, right?
Yeah, that stuff really exists on the dark web and you really don't need it. That's why Apurv wrote this tool in a way that will put guardrails in for himself and for you.
So if someone searches for that, definitely like even if you go on the website, you search for that, you will get the result. As I showed in the prompt, like I do have written that, okay, do not show me not safe for work.
Just be careful, it's not foolproof.
I've not tested it. Like I don't want to get my hands with that. So that is a disclaimer, which I put it on the GitHub also.
Please take Apurv's warning seriously.
Please don't search for those things. You will get into trouble. That is a big thing. Like especially in US, if you search any CSAM related stuff and you have something saved on your system, you are in big trouble. Like that is a full illegal area that you are going into. Even if you do it mistakenly, like they will not listen to you. Like you are in trouble. You will get arrested. So it's always better to not search for any of those things.
Right to jail, right away.
Don't download suspicious stuff. Like really, just don't download anything from the dark web. Rule of thumb. No. Ow. That actually hurt. I hit myself with my ring. Now, by the way, this entire thing I've been showing you, researching the dark web, it's part of a real job. A threat researcher. That's what Apurv does. But the reality, it's not that easy to find things in the dark web. Like this tool does make it easier, but it's still pretty stinking hard. But also, it's a real job, and that's kind of cool. Apurv told me a little bit about what that entails though. Like if you want to actually find real things in the dark web, it's not as easy as a really fancy searching tool that does some cool stuff. It's also a waiting game. For example, when we do get those good results from the tool Robin, that's just the beginning. Fingers crossed you'll eventually find a forum, and you'll get in there and you'll just wait. You gotta be patient. Apurv told me it takes a long time. Days, weeks. You have to stay there, build trust. And not just that, like, you have to kind of go undercover, like an undercover cop.
Basically, you create accounts that are not tied to you or your company or whatever organization you work for, like sock puppet accounts on forums, Telegram, even for Telegram. Like you have a burner phone number.
Okay, sock puppet accounts with burner phones, but don't make this beginner mistake.
A lot of beginners, I would say, when they try to create these accounts, they put recovery email as their main email. You cannot even think about, okay, I can say something related to me.
And listen, if you're actively talking to threat actors, you gotta be on your game. If you adopt a persona, remember it.
Don't break character.
Make it real, consistently use it.
If you're actually talking to them, that is a different ball game. Like you have to be very wary of what you say to the threat actors.
New name, new me, new everything. The way you talk, the accent you have. And you want to make sure you remember those details you create, because as you get into those forums, these dark web criminals, they're not dumb. They're anticipating cops getting in there or researchers coming in, and they're looking for the signs of like inconsistencies. And also, if you're doing multiple personalities, keep track of those things.
Have a habit of note-taking because you don't want to combine two different personas into one. All these small things do matter.
But even when you're on your game and you remember your sock puppet identity and you're living it, it still takes a while. And you might just be waiting for that next link that takes you to the more real forum where the real guys are. Or it might even be a Telegram link, a private Telegram chat. A lot of people think you go to the dark web and boom, you're just gonna hit that site where all the criminals are hanging out. No. So many dark web websites have been taken down, marketplace has been removed. They don't make it easy to find them. Yet they do have to advertise the fact that they are around, because that's how they get customers. So they are discoverable, but they're careful and you have to be patient. I honestly can't believe all that we just described is a real job. If you do this job, comment below. And if you want to do this job, comment below. They're probably wondering, Chuck, why are you showing us this? Like, this is a way to search the dark web. It's dangerous. I'm showing it to you because of this reason. Actually, two reasons. One, education. I want you to be able to research security threats like a threat researcher would, so you can defend against them. Education and knowledge about the threats we face is how we defeat them. And second, it's just a really awesome tool. Like, you can try to search for your own data. See if you are on the dark web. Put in your email address, maybe your name. Just some fun things to try. A dark web researcher gave me his AI tool, and I just gave it to you. Think about that. You now have the ability to use the same tools a real threat researcher has on the dark web. And that just sounds awesome and scary, so be careful. Okay, so most of the dark web is fake. We know that now. Oh, and by the way, that secret hotel suite meetup I had with Apurv in Vegas during DEF CON, that was a whole interview. And what you saw here is just a peek behind the curtain. If you want to see that full thing, I've got a video right here. Like, we talked about some stuff like ransomware as a service and how threat actors get caught with dumb Instagram mistakes. It's pretty nuts. You don't want to miss that. So listen up. Here is your homework. Test out the tool. Search for your own email address, search for your name, see what's out there. Get a feel for what it feels like to be a threat researcher. Comment below what you find. I mean, only the safe stuff. That's all I got. I'll catch you guys next time. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. You may have noticed that at the end of my videos, I'm starting to pray for you. I'm a man of faith, and a lot of the things I do here on YouTube, they're fueled by that. In fact, all of it. Every video I make here, I hope, is going to somehow improve your life by either getting you excited about IT, learning a new skill that you can add to your resume, and it's Jesus that drives me in this. Now, I totally understand that my followers are gonna have a bunch of different beliefs, but if you'll allow me, I would love to just pray for you and your life and what you're doing. And that's it. So, real quick, I know it's gonna be kind of weird. You got this YouTuber guy praying for you. Embrace the weirdness. Here we go. God, I ask in your name that you bless this person behind the screen who's watching this video right now. I ask in your name that you would let them take the content of this video and first, not do anything bad with it, but also let it make them excited for IT and give them some amazing skills, unlock new things for them, unlock new job opportunities, bless their careers, God. I ask that this will make them go down rabbit holes to find amazing things to play with and tools to play with and skills to learn that will make their resume awesome and help them land that next job, or help them to land that next raise, or get that next promotion. Go before them and make their path straight, Lord. And I ask that you just bless their families. Let their families be blessed. I know this is the big why for many of them as to why they're doing all this studying and learning. Lord, bless their families and let them be blessed by their study and their hard work. And Lord, ultimately, I pray they find their satisfaction and their identity in you, and that they will know you one day. I ask this in your name, Jesus. Amen. Hey, I really appreciate you letting me pray for you. And that's it. I'll catch you guys next time.